Alright, shalom, this is GMS Lyons and Kemp. Coming with a short lesson. First I want to say Kal, Halal, La, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Ha, Rakah, Quadash, Ma, Amah. Alright, double honors to the elder apostles of Great Millstone. And salutations to the Akim that are pushing the truth and sincerity and truth throughout the four corners of the earth, ushering in the kingdom of Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Today's topic is going to be on the foundation and the creation of the North Atlantic Treaty Organization, which is known as NATO.
Yep.
All right.
Or the beast.
Or the beast.
Yep. Yeah, we're going to go into a little clarification and edify on that topic dealing with NATO being the beast. All right. And in connection to what's going on today over there near the Kerch Strait, outside of Crimea. You know, now you have Russia, which actually is in deals with Crimea. Alright, now you have, I might have to show some pictures on this, man. You have Crimea, they have an Orthodox church that belongs to Russia. And that's the whole, you know, confusion of why they're fighting over that area. Now you have Ukraine that feels like that area is theirs, because since World War I, here we go. Since World War I, you had Russia that was trying to build a railroad over that bridge that they have over the Kerch Strait that connects Crimea to Russia. All right, so they had this in their mind from the get-go. But now you have Crimea, which became a puppet regime for America. Let me know when you get it.
Oh, you come a little closer.
Ukraine, which became a puppet regime for America and NATO. Right here. Now they have Ukraine. Ukraine would be right here, this area. This area right there. That's Ukraine up here. And then you have Crimea, which would be right here. Right, and this right here is the little Kerch Strait, that little crack in the land. That's where they have a bridge passing from right to left. Russia would be right here on the right, Crimea on the left. And now what happened is the ships came up through this area right here. They're called the Kerch Strait, trying to go into the Sea of Azov. Now they had it organized ever since World War I. They'd call each other, let each other know when they're passing through that waters. But since Russia started building the bridge, right there you see this a little clearer too, the Kerch Strait, right? Since Russia started building that bridge, they've been shutting down them waters. And also you have NATO, right here, I'm going to get this one too, I got to show this, it's important. You have NATO, which represent the beast, and now look at this timeline. That way I ain't got to get up and show it later. Alright, right here you have the USSR. Alright.
A little closer.
A little closer?
Come on.
You see that? The USSR. And right here is Ukraine. Ukraine and Kazakhstan and Crimea were owned and ran by Russia during the time of the USSR. Right, you see that? But then they started to lose areas like Poland. And they had this little, this is very important, that's why I got to go through this. The little shores, the docks on the shores of Yugoslavia. That's that little tiny land right there that they had, right? So to get to that area, Russia would have to pass through all these dangerous sovereign waters that were ran by countries that were in alliance with America and NATO. So with Europe. Now they would have to travel all through these waters just to come to that little tiny area by Spain. They had to pass Italy just to get to their own little shore right there on that little corner. Now let's go to, you see right here where it got the circle on it, right? Let me know if you can't see it.
Come on.
Got it?
Closer. Come on.
Alright. So they've been beefing over this area for a minute. But now you have in 1949, that was when the establishment of the Brussels Treaty, which is NATO. 1949, NATO took Norway, France, Italy, UK, Iceland, and Portugal. All right, so these are the countries that were tied into NATO. Now, in 1982, Russia lost Romania, Poland, you know, and NATO got bigger. In 1982, they added Spain, you know, all these little small lands in the midst of there. They had Greece, all right. Now, in 1990s, right before the fall of the Soviet Union in 1991, you had Russia losing more lands. I can't see which ones was added, but you had Ireland added in, all right, Britain, Portugal, if I did say it already. And you see right here, right, you can zoom in on this spot. I mean, not zoom in, but make sure I got it. Yugoslavia, that little tiny land. You got it?
Gotta focus a little bit.
Yeah, right here.
Just a little blurry though.
Right, I'm gonna pull up away for a little bit. That's better?
Yeah.
All right, that area right there on the edge of Yugoslavia, Russia lost that area. They became sovereign. You see that by the manipulation of NATO and America. Now, in 1999, Russia lost Ukraine. Ukraine became sovereign, as you can see right there. Let me know if you got it. On all these, you know. And NATO became, you see that whole area blue. And Russia's getting smaller and smaller because they lost Kazakhstan. Kazakhstan became sovereign. See that? Now you get to 2004. All right? And that's when you have that situation that we heard of with Ukraine. It was either 2004 or 2014 where they went into Ukraine. We heard about them bombing and shit.
Oh, that was 2014.
Yeah, we thought it was about to be a war.
Yeah.
But what they did was they grabbed Ukraine. Yeah. And they put in a puppet leader, what's his name, Pachenko. All right, they put him in office. So they lost Ukraine. Now, in 2014, now that's today. Look at all them lands that NATO has. And look how much land Russia has. You got it on there?
Go on.
So that's why Russia is saying this right here. It says, I'm going to read this. This is funny, man. It says, Russia wants war.
A little close.
You got it?
The word's a little blurry, but...
Yeah, I got to pull it away right here.
Come on.
It says, Russia wants war. Look how close they put their country to our military bases. So, you see? So, all right, now let's get the scriptures. Yeah, that's how much land NATO has.
You got a lot.
The blue is NATO, and Russia is the red. So they took all of that from Russia. And that's why Russia's paranoid right now. They're like, all y'all gotta do is launch missiles over them. And that's it. So, all right. So now, that's what we have today. All right. So now let's get a couple scriptures. I want to go into a little understanding on like what's really going on and kind of view that area of the Kerch Strait. All right, the Sea of Azov. Now, it was what a Navy ship from Ukraine, and you had a cruise ship. What are they doing? They check the ports. Patrol ship from Russia. And they rammed each other. But then later on, you had Russia shoot at one of their damn naval vessels. All right. So all of this was done so that guy Pachenko, if I got his picture, Pachenko, here you go right here. This guy here, he's a puppet for Ukraine and NATO. Now him,
it's blurry a little bit.
You might have to zoom out.
Oh yeah.
All right. How about that?
Yeah, it's still blurry.
How about that?
It was better, but it's a glare from the light.
Okay. Well, that guy Pachenko right here, you can't really see him. But this guy here, man, they got, it was in March, they have elections coming up. Now, the reason he's doing martial law is he has 7% of votes from his country. 7%. So that's low. They all want him out of there. If he throws martial law, which he did, there's no elections.
Come on.
You see that? And what happens then? If there's no elections and he stays in office, then NATO and America keeps their power grab on that area. You see that? All right, and Russia's trying to annex. You're going to keep hearing this word annex. Let's look up the word annex. They're going to say Ukraine is scared of Russia trying to annex them. And annex sound like cutting them off, right? But let's see what annex means.
What is that? That's
All right, good. Yeah, good. Yep, definition. Good. Skip down right here. Yeah, scroll down. Scroll down. Well, go up. Right there. Yeah, just read it. Yeah.
All right, it says annexation, the action of annexing something. All right, annexation, the action of annexing something, especially territory.
So annexing something, right? Let's see what annexing means. Go ahead.
All right, synonyms: seizure, occupation, invasion, conquest, take over.
Right, man. To seize, to rape. No, I understand.
Okay.
So they're gonna they're aiming to annex Ukraine, meaning bring them back into what you call the USSR, the original Soviet Union, the original USSR.
I mean invade, right? It pretty much means invade.
Well, really to force them into contract. That's what it's saying. Like add them back into Russia, with Moscow, because right now they're with NATO and the U.S. See that? So that's what this is really about, and they blaming Russia. Russia don't have no win from this except for war. You know, they don't have no reason. You know. So let's get the scriptures now, man. What's that? Revelations 7.
I got it. This is Revelation chapter 7, starting at verse 1.
Yeah, it might be a little louder because it's kind of.
Okay. This is Revelation chapter 7, verse 1.
Yeah, everybody keep their spirits up, man.
And after these things, I saw the 4 angels standing on the 4 corners of the earth, holding the 4 winds of the earth, that the wind shall not blow on the earth, nor the sea, nor on any tree. And I saw another angel ascending from the east, having the seal of the living powers, and he cried.
17, Revelation 17.
Oh.
This is Revelation chapter 17. I'm going to start at verse 1.
Oh, my fault.
It says, and there came one of the 7 angels which had the 7 veils, and talked with me, saying unto me, come hither, I will show unto thee the judgment of the great whore.
Right, the great whore is America, and this is going to prove it, that the great whore is America, all right? The one that's been pimped out by the Illuminati, the elite bankers, the IMF. All right, go ahead.
That sitteth upon many waters.
Right, and she got rich by the European Union, the dragon. Now, the many waters represent people. All right, anybody know what that's at? Where it says the seas of the people? Should be in the same verse, like, but down lower. Go ahead.
It says, verse 2, it says, with whom the king of the earth have committed fornications, and in the habitations, and the habitants of the earth have been made drunk with the wine of her fornication.
Right, the wine represents their philosophies, man. All right, she had a golden cup in her hand. That golden cup represents the philosophies of Esau, the lies, the poisons, you know. All right, go ahead. That goes along with Habakkuk. You got a precept? Yeah.
I got it.
Go ahead, brother, with this real quick.
All right. This is on Revelations, chapter 17, verse 15.
Right, let's see what the many waters is. And when they talk about the sea roaring and out of the sea came a beast, this is talking about out of people, okay? Go ahead.
And he saith unto me, the waters which thou sawest, where the whole sitteth, the whore sitteth, are peoples, in multitudes, in nations, and tongues.
Right, that shows you clearly that the Bible speaks in metaphors and parables, man. All right, because he said the waters represent people, nations, and tongues. So when them seas and waves are roaring, that represents them being in a tumult. All right. Now, keep going, brother.
All right, verse 3, it says, and he carried me away in the spirit into the wilderness, and I saw a woman sit upon a scarlet colored beast, full of names of blasphemy, having 7 heads and 10 horns.
Right, that's talking about America, man. All right, and the seven heads and 10 horns. The 10 horns represent the 10 common markets, and we might get into that. Let's go to the next verse for that, all right? And then we bring out but you can go ahead and read it. 10 common markets.
You read the list of them? Or?
Yeah, it's probably the list.
Okay.
Go ahead, brother.
All right, it says the 10 common markets. All right, Belgium, France, Western Germany, Italy, Luxembourg, Netherlands, Denmark, Ireland, United Kingdom, Greece, Portugal, Spain.
Right. So these are the 10 horns, alright? And you have 7 of those, which is like a summed up version of all of those. Alright, you got the 7?
Come on. You got the 7 heads. You got Greece,
Yep.
Romans, Germania, Germania East, West Major, Minor, the French, Spain, and British.
The French, Spain, and Britain. But on here you have the United Kingdom. See that?
Come on.
It's broken up a little more micromanage. Now, keep going. I was in on that.
You got verse 4. It says, when we read it.
Yep. So there you got your 7 heads and your 10 horns, which represent them original countries and 10 common markets, man. All right, go ahead.
Verse 4, it says, and the woman was arrayed in purple and scarlet color, decked with gold and precious stones and pearls, having a golden cup in her hand, full of blasphemies and filthiness of her fornication.
Right. So that goes along with was it Habakkuk? He got drunk off the wine. Transgressed by wine. Alright, so that now, can you go down one more verse, because it's very important. Go ahead.
Verse 5, and upon her forehead was a name written, Mystery, Babylon, the great, the mother of harlots and blasphemous of the earth.
Right, so this place, and of course,
abomination of the earth.
Abomination. So, Revelations with John the Revelator, all right, on the Isle of Patmos, he wasn't talking about the old Babylon. See that? Because John the Revelator was around during, he died around a little bit after 70 AD on the Isle of Patmos. All right. Now, he wouldn't have been talking about the old Babylon. He's talking about a future event with the arrival of Yahushua. You see that? So he's saying this place in the future that's going to sit upon many nations and many waters, right? It's going to be called Mystery Babylon. It's going to be a mystery.
I got precept.
Go ahead, brother.
This is Jeremiah chapter 51, verse 6.
Keep it, fella.
This is Jeremiah chapter 51, verse 6. Flee out of the midst of Babylon and deliver every man his soul. Be not cut off in her iniquity, for this is the time of the Lord's vengeance, and he will render unto her a recompense.
Right. So that place Babylon, where he say flee out of her, he's talking about mentally. You know, flee mentally.
Keep going.
All right. You got more? Go
ahead. Babylon hath been a golden cup in the Lord's hand, that made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunken of her wine, therefore the nations are mad.
Right. So the Lord used America to seal its own demise, all right? To get these nations gassed up and to have them enraged with America in the last days, to bring about World War III and the prophecies to come to pass. Go ahead, brother. So let's see what that wine is. The wine that, read that last part. The cup, golden cup.
Come on. Babylon has been a golden cup in the Lord's hand,
right,
that made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunken of her wine, therefore the nations are mad.
Right, drunken of her philosophies, her lies. The same philosophies that America got from Rome. You see that? It's pushing that same system of the dragon, the same mindset of the dragon, Rome, all right? And the same lies and religion and false beliefs. Go ahead, brother. That dollar.
All right, this is Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 3. It says, for the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie.
All right, we at the end now, and the prophecies are speaking. Go ahead.
Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come. It will not tarry.
Right. Tarry means what? Be patient. Endure to the end. All right. Right. When you think it's about to show up, they're going to try to upset the prophecies, or you might be seeing signs come to pass. But he said the end is not yet. So that's very important. You know, you got to have a waiting spirit. Go ahead.
Behold, his soul which is lifted up in him is not upright in him. Slacking. Behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him.
Right, that's talking about Esau. That soul that's lifted up. And what's that? Malachi, where it say the proud. The pride of thine heart deceived thee.
Obadiah.
Obadiah.
What kind I'm looking for?
Oh, you.
I'm coming back.
Oh, all right, come. Yeah, Obadiah. Somebody get it. Somebody quickest possible. We got a couple minutes. You got it? Go ahead, brother.
This is Obadiah chapter 1 verse 3. It says, the pride of thine heart has deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the clefts of the
Oh,
rock.
you gotta go up to verse 1.
Con.
Mm-hmm.
This is verse 1 of Obadiah.
Mm-hmm.
The vision of Obadiah, thus saith the Lord Yahweh concerning Edom.
Right, so we're talking about Esau, Edom. Right, go ahead.
We have heard a rumor from the Lord Yahweh,
It's Babylon. Edom, Babylon.
and an ambassador is sent among the heathen.
Remember
Arise ye,
that, Edom.
and let us rise up against her in battle.
Right. So it said the pride of thine heart has deceived thee. And pride deals with what? Being lifted up. Alright? So they lifted up, that spirit that's lifted up in them is not righteous. They're lifted up and puffed up off of wickedness and their riches. Alright? So you got it?
Which one you? Psalms?
Yeah.
This is Psalms chapter 137, verse 1. It says, by the river of Babylon there were sat down, yea, we wept when we remember Zion.
Yep.
We hang our harps upon the widows in the midst thereof, for there they that carry us away captives require of us a song, and they that wasted us require of us mirth,
Right.
saying,
That's talking about the Babylonians
Right.
when they took us out of our land. Alright, go ahead.
saying us one of the songs of Zion.
That's what they would say to us. They would tell us to sing one of them songs of Zion. Same thing the so-called white man would say to us. Sing them slave songs. Alright, go ahead.
You want me to jump? Just keep reading, get straight to the point.
Yeah, 7.
Verse 7, it says, remember, O Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, the children of Edom, in the day of Jerusalem, who said, raise it, even to the foundation thereof.
Right, so Edom and Babylon are tied together. So what place is that? Can you go to Revelation 17, right below the part where it says Mystery Babylon? This should be the last verse. Deuteronomy 28:68.
Okay.
Hold on to your enemies. Yeah, go ahead.
Verse 6.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, call out. Yeah.
This is Revelation chapter 17, verse 6.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw the woman drunken with the blood of the saints, and with the blood of the martyrs of Hamashiach, of Yahushai. And when I saw her, I wondered with great admiration.
Mm-hmm. So who is that talking about? It's talking about America, man, the Golden City. Now, Revelation 11. So that's talking about America. We don't get too many scriptures on it, but that's talking about America, man. All right, and that's what we're proving. Where the blood of the martyrs was shed. Who is that talking about? The Northern Kingdom and the Southern Kingdom. Go ahead, brother. Revelation 11 and 8.
8. Mm-hmm. And their dead bodies shall lie in the street of the great city, which spiritually is called Sodom and Egypt.
Right, that's talking about America, which is spiritually called Babylon, spiritually called Sodom, and spiritually called Egypt. And our people we were dead over here, spiritually dead, until the Lord sent His Comforter, His Word, to revive us and bring us back to life since the 1960s. All right, so they're talking about right here in America, the last days.